the games on Monday night. The first game is the Nets beating the Knicks. The big news here this game is James Harden got hurt again. Had some hammy. He played 4 minutes and his hammy was bothering him, so he couldn't go out. That's pretty bad. And he's got to be. I mean, rest for another week. I would imagine that. And KD obviously is coming back, so there is really no rush. Once KD and Kyrie come back, sure, like those two guys are more than enough. Now that they got LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, they got a lot more guys. That there's no need to rush Harden back unless Harden wants to get the MVP. That's the only reason I would want. I think Harden would rush back, so he's gonna be out for a week. The thing is, like if you're in the playoffs, you obviously you don't drop Harden ever. I think you don't drop a top five guy, and I think on ESPN he cannot be dropped. It just sucks because he's gonna be day to day, for like if he gets an out tag, you can put him in the IR, but he's gonna be day to day and he's gonna miss 2-3 games, and just when you can put him in the IR, he's gonna come back and play 20 minutes. I don't know, so not a good situation for Harden and for fantasy obviously. The Knicks, Julius Randle, the efficiency is bad from the field. Everything else looks really, really good. 15 rebounds. None of them is offensive. 15 defensive rebound, 12 assists. Wow, 12 assists. I thought his assist gonna dip with all the guys, all the guards coming in. Derrick Rose, he had one steal and a block, 5, 10, or 19 points. Really, really good. Continues to be great. Nolan Snowell, the minutes can get up to above 25. The past few games, especially versus the Nets, like they like to go small a lot of the times. Had 2 blocks, no steal, 6 points. It's okay. You still hold on to him. Mitchell Robinson is pretty much done for the season. RJ, another great efficiency game. I mean, the guy last year was so bad. This season, more often than not, he seems to be having a good game, shooting the ball wise. But where's his rank for the season? He's probably, he's not even inside of 200. Due to some bad efficiencies. But 22 points is good. Like depend on your team. He's not really doing like the overall value for him in category leagues is not that high. But if you want to stream him for some counting stats, I don't hate it. Alfred Payton, 8 points. Yeah. Alfred Payton, Derrick Rose, Alec Burks, Emmanuel Quickly. That's 4 guards right there. And also they got RJ, but RJ seems to be getting consistent 30 minutes. The other four guys that I mentioned, none of them is a must roster. Maybe Derrick Rose, you can stream him. He's got the best upside out of the. He can put up stats in limited minutes, right? Emmanuel Quickly now it's pretty much playing 13, 14 minutes a night. For the Nets, Kyrie really went off. It's gonna help Kyrie's value with Harden out for sure. He's gonna be the point guard. He's gonna get the assist, 7 assists and a steal. Still took 28 shots. The difference between Kyrie and Harden is when he's carrying the team solo, Kyrie's gonna fire away. Kyrie's gonna take 30 shots. Good efficiency everywhere, pretty much hit 5 threes. That's really good. Eldridge, I think, is a pickup. Again, got 30, close to 30. The minutes have been going up and up. As long as he only took 8 shots here, that's fine. He could grab you 8, 7, 8 rebound, and most importantly, great free throw shooter. And if he's giving you this level of blocks, really good. I would pick him up. Jeff Green and Joe Harris, only streamers. Pretty good game from both, honestly, against this Knicks team. And Claxton, it's time to drop, and DeAndre Jordan also drop. DeAndre Jordan was sometimes getting 25 minutes, 30 minutes beginning of the season. Those days are long gone. Let's look at the next game. The Wizards losing to the Raptors. Yeah, at this point, Wizards are out of the playoffs. So I worry about Bradley Beal and also Russell Westbrook. There's no point playing him 40 minutes if they are already out of the playoffs. Maybe he can chase the record of having another triple-double season. That's the only reason they would play him this high minutes. Bad efficiency, sure. 4 from the free throw line, I'll take it. 14 rebound, 11 assists, and a steal, 23 points. The counting stat for Russell Westbrook has never been bad. It's just the efficiency. And we don't know when Bradley Beal is coming back. That's pretty bad. Danny Advia, the minutes is super high, but we know he's not doing much. No assists, no steals, no block. Hit some threes, and not really efficient at all. So I don't really like his game in fantasy, at least. Alex Len got 29 minutes. It's a situation like we'll be monitoring. Like if Alex Len get 30 minutes, I think he's a must roster. Give you the blocks, give you the rebound, give you the field goal. But you know, next game it could just be a split or he gets 20 minutes. Who knows? So with Bradley Beal out, who wins out? I think Garrison Matthews, if you want some threes, but he give you nothing else. And same thing, Neto can give you some steals and assists, a little bit assists. You still got Russell Westbrook, but none of the Wizards guys. Now that Rui Hachimura is also out, none of the Wizards guys are worth. Maybe Davis Bertans because the number of threes he can hit. If he gets to 30 minutes, maybe he's a pickup, but nobody is at the moment. I think for the Raptors, Chris Boucher continue to start, but only play 20 minutes. It's okay. 2 steals, 3 blocks, 8 points, good enough. Actually really good. 2 steals and 3 blocks. And this game, yes, Fred VanVleet is out. It had the hip injury. We don't know how. The worst situation is, he's gonna be day to day. They might as just like if you're in the playoffs, if you are, I don't know, like fighting for a playoff spot, you don't want the guys to be day to day. If he's gonna be out 3 games, just put an out tag. Or just tell everybody he's gonna be out. I don't think he's gonna come back today because the Raptors got a 5-game. I'll be surprised if he plays tonight. They are already out of the playoff. So, yeah. OG 30 minutes. He struggled. I think he's gonna have some struggles being that guy because Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet both out there at the moment. If he wants to take, I don't know, he won't get those easy shots like he used to when he was, when he's playing with Kyle Lowry and Fred. So the efficiency might be rough this week. They got 5 games. We'll see. And no defensive stats. Pretty bad game for OG. Pascal Siakam, 2 steals and a block, 22 points. Good, good, really good. Pascal. He has really picked it up after the early season, especially the efficiencies. DeAndre Bumble and Flame, those 2 guys, Flame really went off here. 4 steals, 3 blocks, 16 points. If Fred VanVleet continues to be out, which he very could well be, I think it's time to pick them out. They still have 4 games left in 6 days. It's not too late. Bambry can actually fill up the stat sheet, can give you assists, defensive stats, rebound. Usually an inefficient guy had 5 personal fouls here, but if he gets 30 minutes, he's also worth streaming for sure. They got a lot of games left. Gary Trent Jr. is going, 15 shots. This is the problem with him. Is some nights he just hits some threes and scoring and nothing else, as we can see here. But he's playing really well. It's it doesn't hurt if you pick. Also, they got 4 games left. It doesn't hurt if you stream him. The next game is the Jazz losing to Dallas Mavericks. The Jazz, wow, 0 for 8 from Royce O'Neal. Steal and a block, 7 rebound, sure. But lately he hasn't been getting those defensive stats. If they have a back-to-back, they have 3 games in 4 days. He's worth streaming. Bogdanovic shot the ball pretty well. 54%, 16 points, and only 1 3 and 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Nothing else. Only a streamer for points. And I don't even know how many threes he's hitting. Pretty low amount for Bogdanovic this season. Rudy Gobert, great. 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. Donovan Mitchell, wow. He was shooting. I saw a stat. He was shooting really, really well after the All-Star break. Not so much the past 2 games. 0 for 8, 6 for 23. 4 assists, 5 rebounds, nothing else. Yeah, this is the. Whenever Mitchell has a bad game, this is sometimes he can do that. He's gonna give you that dud. But this is just one bad game. I wouldn't worry too much. With this guy, the shooting is gonna be up and down. Just want to see him getting more defensive stats, more steals. He's still good. I think. Let me just check the last month ranking for Donovan. Wow, he's been really good. The past month, he's 18th ranked player. Been really good. After this bad game, he's still shooting 47% and 90%, almost 90% from the free throw line on 6 attempts, averaging 1.2 steals. That's also really good. 5.5 assists. So yeah, 3.5 threes. He's been really good in the last month. It's just one bad game or 2. Mike Conley shot the ball really well. 28 points, really popped off here. 7 assists and a steal. I think Mike Conley, he's gonna miss all the back-to-backs. If he can sell high before the playoff starts, I would. It's gonna be a headache. He's gonna be in and out of the lineup. We know. Joe Ingles 25 minutes. He could be a streamer. And Jordan Clarkson minutes is pretty low this game. Still got his 16 points and 13 shot attempts. He's also a guy you want to roster. The amount of threes he's giving us. He took 9 threes. Yeah, I don't know. Bogdanovic should be taking this many threes. You know. Yeah, in the past month or so, where's Bogdanovic? Yeah, he's in the past month he's ranked outside of 200, but yeah. Let's look at the Dallas Mavericks. Luka, great. Bad efficiency, good from the free throw line. No defensive stats. This is the Luka we know. Josh Richardson, Maxi Kleber. See anybody did anything? Josh Richardson had a pretty good game, really good efficiency, and 5 for 5 from 3. And Dorian Finney-Smith also went off. I think because Rudy Gobert was, they really went small, trying to get Rudy out of the paint. I think it worked. Those guys, well, Maxi Kleber only took 2 shots, and Nick O'Malley only went 0 for 7 from the field. Dorian Finney-Smith attempted 12 threes, hit 5 of them, so really good game. But those guys are not. I thought Maxi Kleber could be, if he gets those blocks, but it hasn't been the case this season. So nobody on the Mavericks is really worth picking up. Jalen Brunson, sure, stream them when they have a back-to-back. Jalen Brunson actually played pretty well. 20 points, but nothing else. With Doncic around, it would be hard to get a lot of assists. Same thing with Tim Hardaway Jr. Only points and threes. Literally no assists, no steals, no blocks. Those guys is hard to own. That's 3 really important categories. And usually they're gonna be inefficient and no rebound as well. Let's go on to the next game. The Kings losing to the Timberwolves. Wow, that's a surprise. Buddy Hield hit 6 threes. Really good. 2 steals and a block, 18 points. A must roster, making 4 threes a game. Harrison Barnes had one of his good games. Good efficient from the field, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, 21 points. Great. Continue to be a must roster guy, a top 70, 80 guy. Richaun Holmes, 11 points, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 6 rebounds. Still good enough. Actually Kings, they all produced from a fantasy perspective. All the starters got 1 or 2 steals. De'Aaron Fox got 2 steals, 9 assists. And look at the free throw. He's been so good. 13 for 14 from the free throw line. Where's Fox in the last month? Yeah, 22nd ranked player. Most importantly, he's shooting 80% from the free throw line. On the season, pretty rough, but in the past month, and shooting 50% from the field as well. Really good, 1.7 steals. It's been a good month for De'Aaron Fox. And Tyrese Halliburton, just a mini Kawhi Leonard. The counting says volume is not that high. 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 rebounds. Pretty efficient. Most nights, really, really good. A must roster guy, we know that. And Terrence Davis played pretty well last game, but we know the minutes won't push up to 25. All the starters are playing 30 plus minutes. So all the guys coming off the bench are getting less than 20. Delon Wright got 20, but nobody's. Whiteside got 13 minutes. If the guy ever plays 20, he could stream in for some blocks, but that's about it. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. Again, bad from the big news is D'Lo came back, so Ricky Rubio, after a few games, you can drop him. D'Lo might be on the minute restriction. He took 19 shots. So D'Lo is out there on the waiver, a must roster, a must pick up, for sure. Could have like top 50 upside. He filled up the stat sheet here. 4 threes, bad efficient. But the encouraging thing is he took 19 shots, so it'll be a 3-headed monster. Maybe Anthony Edwards is gonna lose some shots. I don't know. 25 points is still in the block for D'Lo, really good. And Ricky Rubio, you can drop in maybe after 2 more games. He could be still getting 25 plus minutes, but once he starts getting 20, it's a drop for sure. Anthony Edwards, sure, he only took 15. 15 is still good, but the most important thing is he played 37 minutes, and in 37 minutes he can grab you the rebound, even the assist this game, the steals, the defensive side. He had 7 turnovers. He was running the offense quite a bit. I imagine he had 7 turnovers. Really, really good. He was a team best plus 15. So at least this game he's contributing to winning, and the defensive stats he's getting has been so good. In the past month he's 71st ranked player, but averaging 1.5 steals and 0.5 blocks. and 24 points. With D'Lo coming back, maybe not 24, but he can average 20 points. 2.5 threes. The efficiency might be rough, but if you punting field goal, like great. A much faster. Karl Anthony Towns continues to be. I think in the last month he was the #1 guy. Well, not anymore. The last month after this game he is the 5th ranked player in the last month. The #1 guy is Kawhi Leonard, averaging 2.6 steals in the last month. Wow, Kawhi, really scary stuff. But Cat, 23 points, good. 5 assists. He's even getting the assist in the last month. He's getting averaging 4.7 assists. If next year Cat can average 5 assists, number top 3 guy, I think for sure. Jaden McDaniels, in foul trouble again. He's still a hold, I think. Just getting into foul trouble a lot. Let's look at the next game, the Detroit Pistons beating OKC. Just 2 tanking teams. Sadiq Bey, not a must roster, but they do have 5 games this week, so I don't hate streaming him. They have 4 games left. And finally, why is Mason? What's up with Mason Plumlee? Let me see. Did he get hurt? Yeah, it was due to rest. They have 5 games, so I think I wouldn't be surprised with Mason Plumlee missing another game. So Isaiah Stewart is a stream. If you haven't picked up, he really went off here. In just 22 minutes, had 4 blocks, 6 rebounds, and they have 4 more games, and Mason Plumlee is gonna rest one of those. So I will pick him up. Stream. They got 5 games. You have to. You gotta stream Josh Jackson. Although guys playing 20 minutes, 5 games, and some veterans gonna rest back to back. So I would Josh Jackson, Saban Lee, Sadiq Bey, Diallo, Killian Hayes, Corey Joseph. All those guys are worth streaming. Jeremy Grant. Also, this game's minutes is low across the board. I forgot about that. It's because it was a blowout. So Jeremy Grant, 21, easy work, 21 points. He's been really underwhelming lately. In the past month, let's see, where's Jeremy Grant? He's been pretty 166 ranked player. Still average 20 points, but the efficiency is really, really rough. Maybe a buy low. But when you buy low, gotta be careful. Throw a top 60 guy, 70 guy at him. Did not have a good month. Killian Hayes, this is the guy that I like. Maybe he's gonna rest tonight. I would wait for the confirmation if he's gonna play tonight, because he did come back from an injury. Really, really good. Popped off 7 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks. I checked his season average. I think he averaged 0.3 steals before he got hurt. So I wouldn't go rush pick him up. The defensive is a mirage. He probably won't do it again this season. But if he plays 25 minutes, sure. And they got 4 more games this week. If he play all of them, sure, good value. Corey Joseph, I think with Killian Hayes returning, it doesn't really help. But he's still getting 90 minutes. Like I said, they got a lot of games left. Sure, don't hate the idea of streaming them. And Dennis Smith Jr. thought they traded for him, thought he's gonna give him some time. But now, just so many guards. They also traded Corey Joseph, Killian Hayes. They have Frank Jackson. They got Dennis Smith Jr. That's 4 point guards right there. And this game, Saban Lee started at the point guard position. I don't know. It's a mess. For OKC, I think Moses Brown must roster. Pokuševski, the efficiency is going to be rough with him. But he can do the other stuff. Hit 2 threes, 2 blocks. He can get a little bit steals, a little bit assists as well. So a good guy to own, I think. Moses Brown as well, but he's struggling at least this week. But still a must roster. Theo Maledon, just other guys are very up and down. Siv got 4 steals. He's mainly just a shooter. His fantasy game is doesn't have that high of an upside, in my opinion. Tony Bradley, the minutes is creeping up, and in 22 minutes had 9 rebounds. When he was on the Sixers early this season, he put up a few huge games whenever Joel Embiid was out, and he was still sharing minutes with Dwight Howard. So I think he's worth streaming. I think at this point. Some nights he could only be getting 20, but some nights he could get 24, and he could give you 8-9 rebound and 2 blocks, easily. So he could be a streamer for some big man stats. But guys like Darius Bazley, I don't know. Isaiah Roby is worth picking up once he does come back. He could play 30 minutes a night. He's a pretty good steals, blocks guy, and some rebound. So I don't hate the idea, but the efficiency with this guy could be rough. The next game, finally, Cleveland got a win over the San Antonio Spurs. Kevin Love, if he's out there on the waiver wire, I don't hate the idea of picking him up and dropping whenever he gets hurt. Had 2 steals for Kevin Love. That's great. Darius Garland went off this game. His best game of the season. 37 points, 64% shooting. Good to see. 7 assists and 2 steals and a block. One big thing with him is he doesn't grab any rebound. One rebound in 30 minutes. He only played 30 minutes as well. Colin Sexton, okay game, 22 points. We know he's going to score 20 points a game, 22, 23. 5 assists is nice. No defensive stats is somewhat disappointing. Isaac Okoro, 11 points. Yeah, not worth. The guy. A few guys are still out. Like Larry Nance, like Jared Allen. We don't know when they come. They've been out for a while now. And now that Kevin Love is playing healthy and playing, I think that hurts Larry Nance's value a little bit. I don't know if he's a must roster, but if Kevin Love is healthy, but we know Kevin Love is going to get hurt, so he's still obviously a hold. For the Spurs, DeRozan only took 9 shots, went to free throw, and just continued to be crazy efficient. For the most part, from the free throw line, from the field all season. Really, really good. Like 20 points and nothing else, maybe it looks like, but the free throw, 12 for 13 free throw is like, I don't know, getting 3 steals, like 3 blocks, that kind of thing. So really, really good. But the rest of the night is pretty empty. Keldon Johnson only a rebound streamer, I think, at this point. 10 rebound and some points. That's about it. Jacob Poeltl did not have the best game in 27 minutes. Struggled against who? Kevin Love? Maybe. Only grabbed 5 rebounds. Keldon stole a few. No defensive stats and 9 points. He's still a must roster. This guy Luka started. Derek White was out, and sorry, not Derek White. What's his name? Murray. Devontae Murray was out, so he started. Okay game, but Murray I don't think is a long absence. And Derek White continues to shoot sub 40% all season. He's still a hold to me. If the shooting at where he should be, like at 45%, he should be fine. And 6 assists is still good, although pretty disappointing. Like he's not the must roster guy that we all thought he would be. In the last month, he's 125th ranked player in the last month. He played 16 games. 15 points is nice, but he shot 38% from the field. That's really bad. And only 0.6 steals. He just has a lot. He has like a lot of upside. The guy has a lot of upside. He's just not doing it. But yeah, I think still a whole. Rudy Gay, another efficient game. 13 points and 3 threes. Could be a streamer. Let's go to the last game of the night. Houston put up a fight. For Phoenix Suns, they scored 133. So everybody put up big stats. Starting with Mikal Bridges. 20 points, 4 threes, 2 steals and a block. He's been also another guy that's pretty underwhelming lately. Wow, but as bad as you think he played in the past month, he's 50th ranked player. Why? Because he averaged 1.4 steals. Yeah, that's more like it. 12 points, sure. Really, really good efficiency, and only 1.5 threes. He could hit 2 threes to 2.5. So even with this, he still has room to grow. Like I said, the steals, 1.5 steals is really good. He can even push up to 1.7, 1.8. That's top 40. Just another guy with a lot of good upside in fantasy category leagues. He's just not doing it. We know he can do it. He's just not doing it. Like Derek White. We know he can do it. He's just not doing it. Derek White only averaged 0.6 steals in the last month. He could be at least 1 steal guy. Right? Jay Crowder could be a streamer. 1-3, 11 points. Ayton against the bad Rocky team went off 27 and 11, 2 blocks, good enough, but he's going to continue to disappoint us, we know, for the rest of the season. Devin Booker went off, great efficiency everywhere. That's one big thing with Devin Booker is his efficiency has been really good this season, from the field and from the free throw line, of course. 36 points, you just want to see him go to free throw line a little bit more. 36 points, 6 assists, good, 1 still good. Chris Paul again, he's been healthy all season, and he's putting up big stat line. Pretty much every game. 11 assists, 4 steals, 19 points. Just what else can you say about this guy? So good. Every single season. I guess the last 2 years when him with the Rockets, he looked really washed. Like shot really poor from the field and didn't put up the best fantasy lines. But the past 2 seasons he has been healthy and just been really good. But always a risk if you're gonna draft him next year. Older guy. Um, for the Rockets, Christian Wood, he's been really bad last month or so, like really, really bad. This game, bad from the field, okay from the free throw line. He's been this season has been really bad from the free throw line overall, and only 3 rebounds this game. No defensive stats, 23 points, 3 threes. I think it's a buy low. Like now, throw a top 40, 50 guy at him. I think he should be at least a top 50 guy the rest of the season for sure. He's been really, really bad though. Maybe the ankle injury is still bothering. He's still not 100%. We don't know. Kelly Olynyk at this moment is the must roster. He played 30 minutes, went off, only took 8 shots, but 21 points. Really good efficiency, 3 threes, two steals. He's a guy like a Pokashevsky, like a big dude, can get some assists, can get some steals, can get some block, can do everything pretty much. So in 9 category leagues, guys like that playing 30 minutes, you got a roster, and his efficiency is pretty good overall. Jason Tate, okay, 7 rebound, 5 assists, and a steal. Have that low, can be the worst guy on your team, and the bench. And Kevin Porter Jr. finally, the minutes is not that high actually. 30 minutes, he had 4 personal fouls. No defensive stats, but 9 for 10 from the free throw line is really, really good. His efficiency has been insanely bad, and insanely high turnovers as well. 9 rebound, 8 assists is good. Like, maybe we know he's inconsistent. He's going to be up and down, but in a game where they scored 130 points, you better put up some good stats. And I think if no foul trouble, he'll be able to play more minutes, I think. That's it for all the games. And John Wall, drop him. He's going to come back, sure. Put up a great line, and then miss 2 more games. He is a drop. Maybe if you have an IR, put him in the IR. Maybe in the playoffs, if he's playing, get him out there, playing 1 or 2 games and drop him. That's how I would approach John Wall. That's it for all the games. See you guys later.